Friends, welcome back to Ask Your Father. This is a digital platform where we receive a lot of questions from our young people and beyond, and we try to address them, their spiritual concerns. So we have the envelope right here, and we see two questions. Let's go for the first question. How does prayer, fasting, and almsgiving make me holier? These are the three foundations of Lenten journey: prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. These are designed to be embraced. Nobody is forcing them upon us. As we journey with Jesus in the season of Lent, through a deeper reflection, we know what are those certain aspects of my life I am lacking. And how do I know that? Through prayer. And what are those aspects of my life I have too much? Maybe I'm accumulating and they're not good for my spiritual journey. Let them go. So therefore I fast. And what are those things after having prayed and after having fasted? What does it tell me? It asks me to reach out, loving my neighbor, brothers and sisters. These are essential to mend our ways so that we can become a step closer to God this Lenten season. This doesn't mean that you are not holy outside Lenten season. We are just intensifying our journey with Jesus through this prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Because holiness is our vocation 24/7 every day of our life. But because we choose to follow Jesus more closely, prayer, fasting, and almsgiving help us to move from basic to premium level of holiness. So let's look at the next question in Ask Your Father. What does it say? If I go to church every Sunday, why do I have to do more sacrifices in Lent? First of all, no one is asking us to do more sacrifices in Lent. If we are consistent with prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, that itself shows that we are mending our ways to become the best version of who we are. Now, whether you want to make a sacrifice, like cut down your expenses significantly and help the poor, what a way of living that is. You can do it. But the church is always asking us to begin with the basics. Because when we don't get the basics, we cannot expect ourselves to do the impossible. So going to church on Sunday is not limited to Lenten season. That is what the church teaches us in its precepts. Sundays and holy days of obligations, we participate in the Mass. Now, whether you want to do more sacrifices or not, without fulfilling the fundamental requirement, there's no use of going for greater sacrifices. We have to look at it this way. Let's get the basics in place first. The church is teaching us that Sunday Mass is an obligation. Once we fulfill that, we're able to step up to embracing more. Without that, more sacrifices becomes only a matter of bragging about oneself, which is totally contrary to the spirit of Lent. As Jesus says, whatever you do, do it in secret, even your praying, fasting, and almsgiving. So let's take the best use of Sunday Mass and let's do everything we can to get our basics in place so that we can accelerate our spirits to do even the impossible.